What's up, people? Zach Attack here. Not bringing a reaction video, but bringing a review to an anime called Darling. What is it called? Darling in the franxx. I am pronouncing that probably all wrong. I wrote things on a piece of paper so I can memorize everything I'm going to talk about. Season 1, episode 1. It's called what was the episode called? I'm dumb. Alone and lonesome. Alone and lonesome. Okay, next time I run into this thing, I'm going to punch this thing in the face. Even though it doesn't have a face, but that was annoying. I ran right into that. First thing, they had like these flying ships looking things. They almost look like something out of Star Wars. If you guys know, or if you're a fan of Star Wars on PC, they almost look like that. And then prior to that, then it showed a boy that was in what looked like in like some weird dome looking thing, and then there was a bird that was injured, but it looked like the bird was hurt, which I'm not sure how the bird got hurt. It was weird. All the bird did is I think ran into the glass. If that's what hurt the bird as bad as I saw, I don't think so. It was weird. But yeah, they're like in this dome thing. I watched other reactors prior to watching the episode myself, and they said they call it pretty much like a bird cage. So I was like, oh, okay. And then there's a weird doctor that was shown that I think half of his, not half of his face, but part of his face had like robot looking on it in a sense, but it's not like he's really part robot. It's like part of the face that, I don't know. But anyways, he decides to go up to one of the girls and grab their ass. I was like, okay, that's that's one of the weirdest. No, I'm basically gonna turn around and slap him. I would have. Like that's the no. And then they have leaders, which I think if I remember, the leaders were all sitting in chairs in a circle in this weird small area, and they were talking about things and stuff like that. So I was like confused. So what is it? Leaders for different types of people? Or is it like where all these leaders come together from different domes? Because I guess there was probably different domes prior to the one that this boy was in. There's probably other ones like that. And let's see. Oh, the girl that looks like she'd be mean. So when the boy was going after the bird at the one point, this girl was swimming, and he thought the girl was drowning at one point, runs into the water, and she comes out like a fish out of the water. It was so weird. Obviously full on naked and shit. And he's like, oh my god, nope. And then things just get weird. But she kind of looked like she would be mean. Like the way she just kind of, the attitude she had throughout the episode. But in majority, she looked like she was, she could be mean. And then something about Parasite. I'm not sure, like, originally when I heard the word parasite, I thought when she was called a parasite, if I remember, either her or the boy, I thought it was parasite like, oh, you're being used for this. You're being, like, being used type shit. But I guess like groups of people that are fighting are considered parasites, and I don't think the boy was. I think if I remember, the girl asked the boy, "Are you a parasite?" And the boy was like, "No," and then that he can't be or something. Like I can't remember 100%. If I don't, I apologize. Like I said, this is a review talk about the episode, not an actual obvious reaction. And I was confused. I was like, okay, so was that posted? And then prior to that, I read it down on a piece of paper, and I always look at my numbers to make sure where I'm at. How did I go from 5 to both alone? So in a sense, she's alone. Like she doesn't have really friends besides this one older guy that looked like he'd be her partner, I think, if I remember. I think it was, yeah, because going off of probably a lot of these, they ended up battling, looking like a big looking, I want to say monster looking thing, like a dragon. fighting off this big blue looking monster that has these like robotic looking monsters. So it was kind of interesting. I don't think it was a real monster at this point as I think about it now. For all we know, somebody else from other domes hypothetically could have built that thing. There's no way that it was called a something Rex something, I think. But I know the name was close to like a dinosaur name. I know that. Probably already talked about majority right here. Oh, and they go by code. So the girl goes by code 002, and then the boy goes by 016. Not to lie, I mean, that sucks to have not names and be called by codes. But for me, that's not the smartest at knowing anime characters' names. I think this whole code thing, truthfully, is like the easiest I've ever had it. Like it being like, oh, okay, I'll call her code, 002, 006, 16. I don't know why, but I'm not the best, obviously, at naming anime characters' names. So when I saw that they were naming codes, I was like, oh. In a sense, is way better. Let me move out of here just in case. I think this truck is going to pull up right here, so I'm going to go over there. I just heard some weird truck. I was like, what the fuck is that sound? Okay, no, we're good. I have a paper that the one's still trying to blow away. Oh, that was what? That was 10? What was 9? Oh, there are sign code numbers. That's what it was. So it's kind of still the same thing. I was so confused. I was like, codes? What? No, okay. It's their numbers, how they get assigned codes. I don't think it talks about how they get assigned codes. They didn't really talk about it. I don't think. 10, yep. Code. Smells things. Yeah, so the girl, she has this weird way of like smelling things. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like how many different times in the episode she licked this one girl on the face? Was that this episode or was that the second episode? I can't remember. But there was a time where she licked somebody on the face. And another time she was eating food and she wiped her hands on this dude's shirt because this dude was trying to be her partner, I think, if I remember. He was kind of an ass. This kid's kind of a punk. He even took a ball and threw it at the boy at one point. It was like, what the hell? That's pretty messed up. I was like, okay. And then you go to, let's see. Sorry if I'm looking at a piece of paper to figure out what I wrote down so I know. So say it's 12. I am lost where I'm looking at. Hold on, people. Holy cow. Oh, the monster coming out of nowhere thing. Yeah, the monster pretty much, the one I was talking about, looked blue and stuff. And then that's when it was about to attack everybody. And then that's when the girl came out and started fighting. And ended up getting injured. And the old guy, ended up dying at that point, if I'm right. Yeah. And then prior to that point, the boy's like, you can't do this by yourself, blah, blah, blah. Let me control it, blah, blah, blah. So she pulls him in and then weirdly enough kisses him. I'm like, okay. I'm sorry, not to be rude, but if that was me, I don't care how attractive you are. You kiss me, dude, I'm gonna be like, don't do that again. Like, I'm sorry, I would not like that. I'm a weird dude like that, like, and wait. Oh yeah, and the robot changed form. That's what it was. That's the last thing I have to say. The robot changed form afterwards. Prior to everything they did, the robot changed when he went to help. The robot changed form and everything. So and it looked cooler, and it looked more like a. Now, in a weird sense, I'm never usually a fan of animes that have to do usually robot type fight stuff, but this one's actually not that bad. It's pretty interesting. But for sure, definitely gonna. I have the other reactions I did to the second and third episode. I did reactions too, but obviously I had to do a review talk about the first episode and post this one before I post the other two. So so it makes sense of how did I miss out of the first, everybody would be like, why you didn't watch the first episode? So I made a review about what. But anyways, sorry if the wind was blowing, my disgusting talking, and me stopping and pausing every time to look at a piece of paper. I apologize, because I know I'll probably get a lot of hate, like, learn how to do this, blah blah blah, but that's fine. Anyways, peace. See you people next time.